Up yours.
Blade Runner. That's what we're watching today.
We run with blades.
What is this
We're
rated?
not
I don't know. So, welcome back, everyone. Storm here.
Mom here.
Kimmy here.
Watch out.
Watch out.
Come on, Mom. Put up your sword. Put up your dukes.
That's right.
What does that mean?
The family that
picking on
blades
me.
together.
You're
Blades
picking on
stays
me.
together.
Stays together. So we're going to be watching Blade Runner. We're making a joke because we don't know anything about this film whatsoever.
Blades, that's about it. So.
And we like to
Blades,
run.
Blade Runner. I don't know if it's that literal. It might be. It might not be.
And if it isn't,
And we don't have ice
this was
skates.
fun.
Oh, you want
I do have ice skates at home, but I did
But
not
not
bring them
here.
because I did not know we were watching
Yeah.
these.
Yeah, sometimes it's a surprise when we get together and I'm like, I'm not quite sure what we're watching yet. We'll see what wins the poll and, anyways, yeah. So this
is
one
it,
a recent
right?
poll. So if you want to check our links below, you can check out our
Right.
Patreon. You can request things on our YouTube, on our Vimeo. Patreon's the best place because we get tons of requests every day, which we absolutely love. And it's easier to keep track there. And then we have polls every Monday for mainly movies and sometimes shows. And then you guys can help us decide what we're watching next. So you guys chose this one. And I think it's going to be
Yes.
fun because we're completely blind to it.
Yes.
Yes, excellent. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, still.
And we were told to watch the final cut. So we're watching on HBO Max.
Cut.
And the original Blade Runner, the only version they have is the final
The
cut.
final
Okay.
cut.
The
Perfect.
final cut. Mom, help my
Okay.
sword. I went a little backwards. I need to fix Rayla's sword here.
Oh, boy.
But anywho, I'm going to put mine here.
And to
protect me.
Can you put mine there too?
Sure.
Thank you.
There we go. Release the weapon.
So I won't get nervous and
Well, I have a
stab
dark
you.
saber randomly behind me. I don't know if you can
Thanks,
see it on camera. Yeah, no, please don't stab us. No stabbing allowed.
No ER visits today.
Yeah, God, no, please. And just to go over, we're not going to read the premise, but it is a science fiction film
Ooh.
directed by Ridley Scott. That name sounds familiar.
Alien. Ooh.
Alien. Yeah, so it's been a while since we saw the Alien movies
That was
Yeah.
great.
and The Martian. He did a lot of things, actually.
okay.
So there was other things we've seen,
All right,
too,
so
on the
it's
channel.
Casey, I'm assuming.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah, I think we're just going to get right into this. And actually, you know what? Let's check out cast, too. Right?
You might as well.
Let's see who's in it. I know Harrison Ford is in it.
Oh, good. Oh, nice. Okay.
Hans.
Love Han Solo. This
An indie.
Harrison Ford is amazing. All right, so we have Harrison Ford, Sean Young.
Oh,
Edward James.
Yes, he was on Miami Vice and Agents
Edward
of
James.
Shield.
Shield, that's right.
Yes. Yeah, and then Rutger Hauer.
Daryl Hannah.
Daryl Hannah.
Oh,
Or says it
Hannah.
Hannah. Hannah.
I'm sorry, Daryl Hannah.
Daryl Hannah. Joanna Cassidy.
Wow. Emmett Wash, he was an old time actor. He is.
And when did this movie come out? Let's look and see. 1982.
Oh, wow.
1982.
Wow.
Almost
Oh,
40 years
gosh.
ago.
Man, time flies.
40 years ago, yeah.
It's pretty crazy. All right, shall we get into it?
Yes.
Do it.
Retirement. Oh boy.
2019.
Wish we were that advanced.
Let me tell you about my mother.
Oh, my God. Whoa.
What?
Oh, my God.
They have lightsabers. I want one of those.
God.
Yeah.
There he
Yeah,
is.
there he is.
Save us.
Hey,
Behind her.
Uh-oh. It's your badge.
Nice ride.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Your lights in the bottom, too.
He's still eating.
Yeah, at least he kept his noodles.
Oh, my gosh.
The music is so bizarre, right?
Isn't
It
it?
is,
Yeah. Futuristic.
Ooh, it takes time. The keyboard.
That's right, yeah.
Have you ever retired a human by mistake?
Tired.
no. It's too bright in here.
Not a problem. That light would freak me out.
Yeah.
My God.
Is it flaking?
Try skin. And his little origamis.
Ew. Oh, look at all the tubes coming out of him.
Oh, wow.
They're gonna cut him?
Oh, I guess so. Oops.
Oh, pull him.
Hey, 怎麼搞得？Cold. Those are my eyes. Freezing.
Nice.
Those are my
Ew.
eyes. It's gonna be-
Sebastian who?
I'll tell you about my mother.
It's a sore spot. Pretty high up there.
Just going fast.
Oh. Hello.
Jesus. She's a replicant, right?
You're
She's
next.
one of the.
Yeah, 3 female.
Mhm.
Sure.
Plenty of room for everybody.
There's gonna be one more vacancy.
Oh, boy, I won't.
Aw. Ooh. Unicorn. What does it mean?
No. My goodness.
Ostrich.
Yeah.
Make way, make
Oh,
way.
Okay.
Look, man, stop the nuisance. Down in front of the
Just like that.
Whoopsie daisy.
Oops, Daisy.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Blue.
Excuse me, Miss Salome, can I talk to you for a minute? I'm from the American Federation of Variety Artists. Have you felt yourself to be exploited in any way? I'd like to get this job. I mean, did you do or were you asked to do anything that's...
Ooh, I want one of those.
Goodness, what happened? Oh,
Whoa!
oh,
Caught on. We're choking with his own tie. He went out of the way.
yeah.
Take that. Wow.
That one got her. Ah.
Jeez.
Ugh.
Jeez.
There it is. No biggie. Go on with your lives.
Rachel disappeared, vanished.
Uh-oh.
Didn't even know she was a replicant. Something to do with a brain implant, says Tyrell.
Oh my God.
Leon, how old am I? More
Damn.
than you.
No.
Time to die.
Oh, jeez.
Ew! Ooh!
Who did that? Oh, Rachel got it.
Oh, blood's on there.
I'm not in the business. I am the business.
What do you say to that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a lot.
Nice. Wow.
Not got a tooth?
Probably.
My eyes glow like that. That's like reflective. Hey, hello.
We look so different.
I was hoping for that.
Oh
Like,
my God. Look.
don't go. Supposed to be so sexy and being manly and stuff, but I'm like, you're
Oh my
really
God.
forcing her.
I
Yes,
know.
that's right.
Yeah, that wasn't right.
Raccoon.
Uh-oh, you're doomed.
Oh God.
His nose is
I'm
crooked.
scared.
Hi, Roy.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Like, what? Do you hear that in the audio? It's like a child whispering or something. Now and again. It's creepy. Stick your hand in there.
Throw it at him.
Dr. Terrell? I'd be happy to mention it to him.
No, you don't understand.
Better if I talk to him in person. We're so happy you found us.
It looks like he's getting older and older every time we look
Yeah,
at
it
him.
does every time he blinds.
What seems to be the problem?
Death.
Death.
Oh, that's so gross.
Oh,
Ew!
oh,
Oh!
sick. Whoa.
You're still gonna die there.
Oh, Sebastian's gonna get out of there. Wow. I had a feeling he was gonna be doing something, but not that.
Well, you just killed your maker, so.
Oh boy.
Oh, they just stole some stuff off
Oh
him.
my God, look at that.
Yeah, what is she doing?
Pretending she's a bride
Yeah, that's what I
before she
thought.
dies. Oh, she's
She's
pretending
acting
like
part of
she's
it.
one of the.
Yeah.
Damn!
Oh my God.
Wow.
Whoa.
Ooh.
What?
Oh, okay.
I
I thought his body didn't change.
Yeah.
Oh, not the
What
nose.
is it? Oh my God.
My God.
Whoa. God.
Oh, he's gonna be pissed off.
Don't kiss her. That's weird.
He's gonna start her back up.
Recharge.
He went right through the wall?
Oh my God.
Holy crap.
Ow.
Oh, good.
Ow!
Ah, sick. I'm coming. You put in warrior paint.
Oh boy.
He's way up there. Oh. No,
Oh,
he
great,
drops
he
his
dropped his
gun.
gun.
Oh, fantastic.
Damn. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna have to kill you.
Holy crap.
It's so scary. It creeps around.
Oh boy. Oh, ouch.
Oh my.
Oh my, that must
Thank
hurt.
God, he's gonna
Oh,
drop.
Boy. Whoa. It's gonna hurt. Oh.
Really?
Wow.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Moments will be lost. Like tears in rain.
Or he just dies like
Maybe
that.
it's just his 4 years. Is
That's what
that?
I'm feeling.
It's too bad she won't live. But then again, who does?
Yeah, she's alive. Oh, that's on the origami. That's how it
Oh,
ends?
that's a, geez, that's surprising.
I have a lot of
So-
questions.
Oh,
So
wow.
he didn't kill her. He was allowing her to live with him. He knew he fell for her.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
That's strange. We never saw Sebastian again either.
I know. I was kind of hoping he would
Wait
come
till
back.
Sebastian-
Sweet person. He
Yes.
was brilliant.
Yeah.
He was a designer.
Yes,
Mhm.
definitely.
But he was just so, and he was so lonely
Yes.
for himself in that huge
Oh,
place. Like there was nothing. Like
Yeah.
not inviting at all.
Yeah. I mean, I kept thinking there were going to be all these twists and turns, but it was pretty straightforward and very different from, I think, anything we've seen. Like, I was trying to relate it to, like, Terminator, other machine-type
very different, yeah.
movies.
Yes.
and,
And it wasn't. It was pretty much, it's own movie. It was like nothing copied. And it's so weird how they see the future, how when this was made, 40 years ago,
Yeah.
not one thing was like with cell phones and stuff.
That's
Isn't that
right, it wasn't.
interesting?
Yeah, isn't that funny? I know, 'cause
Right?
I kept
That's
looking
right.
at
It's
how...
very industrial, very
That's right,
nothing
my God.
organic really around. And
Yeah,
just-
dreary, and just
yes.
like heavy,
Raining
and
all the
everything's super
time.
clunky.
That's
Yeah. And I love seeing how people then think of how the future's going to be, like in movies now, how we assume how the future could possibly be, and everything is very different, you know.
Yeah,
so seeing like our future in the now, it's like, so it's kind of funny. What year was it?
19.
19, right? Yeah. So it's like, oh, that's kind of cool to think like we'll have flying cars, and that's always been a thing too.
But
And
no cell phones in 2019.
I know, and now no one can live without one, so pretty different, right?
know
How people
it.
thought back then how it would be
sure.
like. And I thought they did a very good job with the special effects, you know, with the flying cars and the cool like buildings. It almost looked like a
that's right.
pyramid coming up with the slanted, like you know, really big buildings, and that was
That's
just
right,
very interesting. It was very different and
Different.
bizarre, and
It was, and
I
it was
like
very
that.
dismal, and like you really, if you were left on Earth, it was a bad thing. For some reason, you couldn't,
People
you weren't
wanted to
accepted
leave.
to go to this great other, wherever the place
Utopia or
was.
something,
Yeah.
My gosh.
So if you were there at Earth, it was because, you know, you weren't accepted, pretty much. That's how I got it.
That's right.
Yeah, like a medical problem or something. If
Yeah.
you weren't cleared to travel,
That's
maybe
for
like
sure.
maybe you wouldn't
That's how
survive it or
Sebastian
something,
was.
or maybe they would need you to benefit humanity in some way to actually leave
Definitely,
there.
yeah.
Maybe there's a lot of different reasons why. But yeah, so I want to know more about this world. I think there is a second movie because looking for this movie, which was the final cut, I did see the same title but with a date afterwards. So I'm assuming that's probably
maybe,
a
yeah.
sequel. And yeah, so totally, I didn't know what to expect watching this. We went in completely blind and very different from what I thought. I don't know,
Yes.
like I thought it was going to be more action packed, and I mean, it did definitely have action in it.
Yeah, it did,
Definitely,
especially
that's
with the hunt.
Yeah.
That we thought he was, you know, Nexus was going to kill him, and he didn't.
No, I was surprised about that.
I'm happy about that. And I was thinking, I mean, it was good that he came around and he was like, we were slaves. And he mentioned that before about like
Yeah.
whatever he said about pain and knowing at that moment how it feels like, trying to show him like how he's been feeling all this time being a slave and working
Right.
for the
Yeah, that's right.
humans. And then their life is cut so short because it's a failsafe for humans. So that way they can't get stronger and start thinking beyond, you know, to make it dangerous for a human. So they have to die in like 4 years. Like that
yeah.
sucks.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So
Big
hearing
time.
his point of view of saying like, you know, trying to be poetic, and he's like, it's gonna like, you know, tears washing away in the rain, and how he has all these memories that you wouldn't even believe that
Yeah,
he's
it's something,
seen,
isn't it?
and it's gonna go away and not be, you know, like it's gonna be a waste.
It is.
The
It's
short
very
lived
sad.
life.
And
Yeah.
he was
Sad.
just really teaching Decker how important it was for him to understand, you know, what his short life is going through.
Yeah.
And how do you, and he was really only, it wasn't like a mind game where like an insane human would do, like a psychological, you know, game with someone else before they're going to kill somebody. He was, because he was a robot, he was just showing him what it's like to be in his in his own shoes. So, and Decker understands that, and you know, but that was his job. His job was to get him down
And he was good at
get him
it.
down. Yeah.
I mean, to take down those machines like that was pretty incredible. And I mean, again, like seeing his perspective where like he was going crazy at the end, he's naked and he's running around and taunting Deckard, and you know, it gives you that more human feel where I was like, wow, because the humans or the robots advance over time and start to get in tune with emotions, but they don't fully have it down 100% yet because it's still new to them. So him really losing it at the end really made me, I mean, anytime like that it's uncomfortable, but it gave that extra level of, wow, like this is very dangerous, because here he's like mocking Deckard and playing with him because, you know, he's just having a moment and he's trying to have him understand at the end. So I'm glad they were able to
That's right,
talk
yeah.
it out, also let
That's
him
good.
realize like how bad the machines have it, or how the replicants have it. But yeah, it was just it felt like mind games, and it kind of felt
did.
like
Definitely, yeah.
Especially with the emotion, doing that to someone is very emotional. Like, you just killed my loved one. Like with Pris,
Yeah.
he really, you can just really tell that he had,
Emotions. for
Nexus had emotions for and loved her so much, and he was so sad that he couldn't, you know, save her through Terrell. But you can just see that. So seeing that, how he's just crying over her body and, you know, touching her blood and just really feeling at the moment. That's why I thought, oh, he's just hunting him down and just playing with him, you know, as like, you know, just, you know, a mind game thing. But it wasn't. It was, he separated it.
And boy, how he crushed Terrell's
skull. Oh, yeah.
That was awful. And it was slow, too.
It was real slow.
It was.
I just thought it would be like...
And he's like, well, if you can't help me, I'm just going to... If you truly can't help me right now... And I'm sure Nexus knew that if Terrell can't help him, that he knew that he was going to kill Terrell. I'm sure Terrell knew because he was backing up and he knew that he's... You know, his death is imminent because this machine is going to kill me. I'm too weak to, you know... do anything about it.
And it's crazy that he's so powerful and yet like he didn't have any guards or anything. He just openly knew that Sebastian and him had like they worked in the past. I was going to say they were friends.
Exactly. Like there's no fail-safe or anything. He's just this rich, you know, he's a genius and you had nothing, like there was nothing right. Like a code, okay, you know, knight to bishop, whatever.
Or he would have something like in his room that would like help save him if he needed it, because making all these robots and knowing that they can learn, you know, and they can get very dangerous.
Yeah, I'm bringing a friend up with me.
In 4 years, that I'm like, you would think, okay, well, they can get very dangerous, so I would have fail safes and have like other robots, like mini robots or owls or other animals, robotic animals to help me out, you know.
Yeah, and at least paralyze it for the moment and disable it. And
have something easy to, or like a word or something that you say. But yeah, so I mean, again, this was a long time ago, so I think like it's very original considering a lot of different elements. And I kept thinking of Terminator and stuff, but it was kind of neat that we didn't have to see robotic parts. I mean, yes, we were reminded in certain areas, but when it came to the people, like the replicants, you know, we didn't really see anything. Like sometimes we would see a reflective eye, but humans can have that when you just like have a picture taken
in the right light,
in the right light. Because I know I get that sometimes in photos too, where I look like a demon or something because I have the red eyes with yellowy eyes, kind of like Rachel in this. I forget what causes that, but it reflects back in this weird way. It might be eye color too or something. But anyways, like I do like how they were relating that to the robots. So I think just seeing the human aspect of everything and not having to see like Terminator parts and, you know, because it wasn't about that, you know, it was supposed to kind of draw or like blur the lines between humanity and machine.
Right. And that they're dangerous and, you know, Bryant, he just took him out of, took Deckard out of retirement? His retirement or whatever. Not real retirement.
I don't know. You gotta watch those words too, because retirement. What else does that mean? Oh, you retired this one. You retired that one, and that means death too, right? So it's like, oh, God. What do you really mean?
So for the reason for them to be down on Earth must be to get these because they're not supposed to be coming back down to Earth.
Yeah. So they had a few vulnerable wandering around.
But to me, with Deckard having a relationship with Rachel, I thought that was really bizarre. But in this kind of a world where you're so lonely and you're so alone and, you know, you have some kind of companionship, I don't know.
I think they're trying to show that these machines are very much alike
so
humans.
Close. You just don't know, right?
And they're even eating food, and they're so
drinking.
Advanced. I mean, again, I think it's just blurring the lines to show us the confusion of like what really makes them different, because you're now you're enslaving these beings that you created, and they're forever just going to do your bidding. On your watch, and then they die afterwards, like a short life, and it just really sucks for them. So I think they're just trying to blur those lines. But then you start to overthink, like, well, why make them eat? Why make them be able to have sex and stuff like that? Like, that's kind of interesting to me. If they're supposed to be just like physical workers, but hey, there's different kinds of physicals. Maybe the money to make extra money or something like that. Who knows? But yeah, so it's a very interesting concept, and I can see it is bizarre though. Like I do like the idea of like, okay, well, thinking outside the box, and there's love there, and Rachel's feeling that, and it's awkward for her because she doesn't know how to handle those emotions. So then you have Deckard being all sexy, and he's like, just tell me stuff and tell me to do this.
You know, which was a little
But I thought that Deckard was forceful at first, and I said, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Why did-
Yeah, that made me a little uncomfortable. And
Yeah,
it's
me
around
too.
this time, though, because it is sexy sometimes. And, you know, for some people, like, you have a guy who's like,
Yeah,
hey,
it's really
like, kind of
forceful.
taking over. So, I can see that. But, yeah, I kind of agree.
Yeah,
I
it
kind
was
of
a
felt like
little
he was
bit,
trying to
yeah.
push it too
Yeah,
much. And I was like,
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah.
Like if she was truly a human, you would know those those kind of guys to stay away from.
Mhm. And he
Yeah.
knew that because she never felt that before and was like,
Yeah.
overwhelmed that, you know, she's going to
We're
run
not
if I don't
supposed to
force
take it as
myself
that.
on
Yeah.
her. So in a way, I get it. Like, they're trying to make
I
it
know,
sexy.
but it's just-
But
Yeah.
it was different. And then
Yeah.
it's kind of neat, though, that we kept thinking machine, though. So the movie kept us thinking that the whole time, which
Yeah.
was good.
That's true.
Yeah, even with Pris, I mean, she was adorable, but I thought she was gonna take down Sebastian right away.
Yeah, me
I
too.
thought
I
so,
thought
too.
he was
Crazy
just like
looks and stuff.
easy prey. Oh, we got a pad here. There's nobody.
That's
When she
right,
was
yeah,
asking,
yeah.
"Oh, are you by yourself?" And
You're
I
like,
thought she was
"Why?"
just quizzing him just to
That's
see,
right.
get the layout for Nexus to come in, and just take over his place. But
Yeah.
no, she was
I'm just
okay.
wondering where Sebastian is.
And maybe he's still alive. We're just
There
going to,
you
he
go.
probably
He's
died, but since we
running.
didn't really get a final.
He was aging quite a bit, so,
Yeah, I mean, every scene I felt like we
glands.
saw more and more
More
wrinkles.
lines,
Like,
yeah,
he was
more
aging
lines,
so
yeah.
much faster, I felt like, at that point after he said that.
Yeah, and
We
he's
were
only
just taking notice
25.
more.
Yeah,
he
wow,
looked like
yeah.
he was.
When he said that,
Enjoy.
like, I had a silly moment where I thought back to Elf when he's hanging out in the mailroom with that guy, and he's like, he says something like, I'm 27 years old, and he's like, obviously not that age. He was a lot older, and it was just a funny scene.
Yeah,
So, it made me think
Sure
that. But
you
this was
are.
sad
Yeah,
because
right.
he actually had a disease that
Yes.
he couldn't
Yes.
fix.
Yeah.
And that also made me think, like, oh my God, look at all the crazy technologies you have. And look how advanced that is, but yet when it still comes to human health, there's so many things that aren't cured yet,
That's
and
right,
you just
yeah,
hope
yeah.
that.
Right,
That's for
right.
sure,
It's
yeah.
not
That would
balanced
be
out.
better.
You'd think they'd help humanity first over
Right,
this,
right.
but
Although it is a
some programs
rare
get-
disease, but
Yeah.
yeah, so very interesting concept, and it was slow paced, I thought, for a while.
Yes, right,
Yeah.
It was interesting learning the world, and then the action picked up later on, then it got
Sure did,
scary
yeah.
and gruesome.
Yes,
Woo!
what it is.
Big time. Oh my God,
Oh,
Terrell's death
geez.
was. Oh.
And then Harrison
Ugh.
Ford's always a lot of fun, so
Yeah, he is. Very, very good.
love him.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's so
He's always so
handsome.
great. Yeah, so I'm curious what you guys have to say about this movie. We'll see if you guys request a sequel, if there is a sequel. And we have links below if you want to check out our Patreon. If you're watching on our Patreon, thank you guys for your support. You
you.
financially keep us going. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Till next time, bye.